Hey, guys, and just a quick reminder, I know with the cuckoo, kapoo, China flu, chachoo going around, everybody's kind of upset about it, but I want to remind you guys to look, keep taking your medications, your prescribed medications, as you should. Let's not skip a day. Let's not try to hoard the medications. Let's not misuse them, and definitely let's not mistake them. We have elderly and older people in our community who need to get to their medications. If you're able, pick that up for them. If not, see about having it delivered to them. Let's make sure that our older people have access to their medications and that they are taking them as they should and not skipping them because they're scared they're not going to be able to have them in the future. Anyone who needs to get those refilled, call them in. The pharmacists are still working at most of the pharmacies. The grocery stores, most of them are still open, but if you call ahead to verify that, then you probably save yourself a blank trip if they're not. Now, if you're taking over-the-counter vitamins and things of that nature, please do not overtake them. Please don't think you're doing yourself a favor by taking 2 or 3 vitamin C's as opposed to the one the bottle tells you to take. And please don't over-medicate or under-medicate your children thinking that you have to hold on to medication because you're not going to be able to get to it. Please, guys, let's not abuse the medication because we're scared. Get in touch with your doctors, get in touch with your pharmacist, and they will direct you on how to keep your prescriptions filled and how to take care of those medical needs. And if you have a medical emergency, as far as I'm aware, but again, call and verify, the urgent cares are still open. I believe Walgreens, their little clinics are still open and things of that nature. But again, call and verify. Guys, please don't be out here misusing and abusing medications, especially for elderly and children. Don't not give them their daily meds because you think they're not going to be able to get them when they need them. If anything, I would ask the pharmacist if it would be at all possible for you to get an extra month's worth. But even if it's not, I'm more than sure they can work with you in this time of need and getting the prescriptions that you will need, because my fear is that if you have an elderly patient that requires medication 2 to 3 times a day, my fear is that they're only going to take it once a day in hopes of prolonging that bottle of medication. And I don't want to see anyone get sick with the cuckoo, kapoo, hachoo, fly, flu, fuck you, China flu, or any other sicknesses because they're not taking their medication as prescribed. And guys, look, if you are elderly and you're not taking your prescribed medications to keep you where you should be, then you could possibly be more susceptible than not if you were taking your medication. So before you change anything, before you stop anything, before you skip anything, before you start redoing anything, even over-the-counter medications, I'm begging you, I'm urging you guys to please talk to your pharmacist, talk to your doctors, talk to any of your healthcare providers. Don't go on Facebook looking for your Facebook doctors, and don't ask Dr. Google, because Dr. Google don't have a goddamn clue right now. And please don't skip your children's medications because they need that, and any behavioral meds or anything of that nature for the ADD and the ADHD and the mental health meds are just as important as the physical meds, like the meds for the asthma or the meds for the arthritis or the meds for migraines or whatever it is you're taking, diabetes, whatever it is you're taking meds for, your medication, if you're taking it daily, you need to keep taking it daily. Don't change that. Don't stop it. Don't alter it. Do it the way you've been doing it. And if you, like I said, if you're afraid that you're not going to be able to refill that, if you're afraid that you're not going to have access to it, then you've got to talk to your healthcare providers. You've got to talk to your doctors, your urgent care, your pharmacists. And a lot of places, I know Walgreens does this, and I know Snooks does this, and I don't know if you have a Snooks in your state, but in my state, Snooks is a grocery store with a pharmacy in it. And the majority of these pharmacies will call your doctor for you. So if you call your pharmacist where you normally get your meds from and your prescriptions refilled, if you just call them and talk to them, then they can make the call to the doctor for you. So, that's an option too if you don't want to talk to your doctor yourself because you think he's busy or whatever, or she's busy or whatever. Call your pharmacist and they can arrange these things for you. And like I said, there may be some cases where you can get an extra refill, so you have that on hand. And then again, they may just say, okay, well, we're going to auto refill it, and maybe there's some kind of way that you can have it delivered. Maybe, and I know in my neighborhood, we have the neighborhood app, and so we look out for our neighbors. We offer food and elderly assistance, just not anything medical, not because I'm not a doctor, and certainly I don't think any of my neighbors are doctors or nurses, but we offer help to our neighbors if they give us a text, and if we can, go pick up their prescription, or if somebody needs a cup of coffee or something to eat, then certainly I can throw a sandwich in a bag and, set it outside for them to come pick up or whatever. But again, I just really want to urge you to please not, in a time where everybody's panic hoarding toilet paper for whatever reason, and different things of that nature, they're panic hoarding food and stuff. And I kind of get the pandemic because the media and the social media is really just hyping this thing up to no end, and they're talking solely about the catastrophic end of it. They're not really talking much about the people that are getting this and that are getting over it. They're not, the news media is not telling you about the thousands of people who have contracted the coronavirus, had a couple of flu-like symptoms, and got over it and moved on. They're not telling you about the people who have gotten the virus, had no symptoms, and moved on. They're not telling you that. Only thing they're telling you is what they do best. The news media is doing what it does best. It is hyping up the horrible end of the situation. I mean, it's always been the same with the news media as far as I'm concerned. They will sit there and tell you about Joe fuck you blow who shot up the school and killed 50 students, but they won't tell you about, the kid who came from the lowest end of poverty and graduated into law school and graduated into med school and is on his way to being the most successful thing since sliced bread. You know, we hardly ever get those stories. We hardly ever hear about the hero who just happened to be passing by and helped someone out of a flipped over car or a truck that was on fire. You know, our 18-wheeler drivers right now are barely getting any recognition for their part in keeping us with supplies, because no, because if our 18-wheeler trucks stop driving, our supplies stop making it to the store shelves. So, you know, but you're not going to hear that on the news media, you know. But anyway, the whole point is to not redirect or misuse or discontinue using meds that you need, or that your elderly parents need, or that your children need, without the advice of a doctor, because Dr. Google doesn't know shit, okay? Nurse Facebook doesn't know shit. Don't take your advice from people online when it comes to your health, your meds, and things of that nature, because if you've been taking them, then you need them. So keep that in mind, and please be informed, and please talk to your healthcare provider or a healthcare provider. All right, guys, it is wet and cold in my world, so try to stay safe and dry out there and do what you can inside to not go crazy. Have a good one, guys.